以12月有50多块。
Healthy living and well-being for me is pretty much everything. Whilst there's so many different aspects, I genuinely do believe the food that you eat is kind of who you are. I stopped eating fast food when I was 13. Fast food will catch up to you, and it will catch up to you both like physically and mentally over time. We live in a fast-paced world, and I think there is a massive need for healthier alternatives. I can't even remember the last time someone told me, oh, I feel fantastic after eating like fast food. But if they go to, say, a independent restaurant, the experience is completely different. So my name's Karina Dembla. I've got a background in sort of health and wellness, and now I work for a startup where we're trying to basically promote everyone to live a healthier lifestyle around the 4 pillars of eat, mind, move and sleep. It was difficult, being honest, to grow up as an Indian in Thailand and then moving over to the UK. You almost feel like you don't belong anywhere, and I do fly back to India quite often as well to see mum's side of the family, and then you don't feel like you belong there as well. I guess I kind of find myself in a position now where it's like I don't really identify with anyone, I kind of pick and choose. I do believe there is a higher power putting things in place for you. I come from 2 backgrounds, very different sort of religions and different sort of gods, or different but they do overlap, sort of gods that you worship to. But me personally, I like to take a step back and look at the kind of overall picture of both cultures actually believing in something bigger than the human body. I learned quite early on that if you don't have a functional mind and body, you really aren't experiencing life. And it goes from the content you're consuming to the food you're eating to the people that you're surrounded with. I know it's very hard in this day and age when you're surrounded with a lot of fast food and chain restaurants, but to really take a step back and be mindful of what you're consuming, how many ingredients you can actually pronounce or spell. If you can't spell half of them, or if you didn't learn that at school, then you probably shouldn't be eating it. I guess how you've grown up as well with food, it plays such a big impact on your daily life. I personally love sushi, and Japanese food, just it's an art. We've been introduced to Japanese food and quality, like really high quality Japanese food at a very young age. So it's always one of those things that like remind me of my own childhood, oddly enough. Yeah. I'm personally not a fan of British food, but I've only just recently tried a roast and that was okay. But Indian food hits home all the time, and I think it mainly comes down to the traditional way of, like, let's say your grandma cooking. It was very much freshly ground spices, the turmeric, the coriander powder, the chili powder, and everything was just so fresh and what they could really get in their villages, and they'd just whip it up, and that's been passed down through like so many generations. The fact that they use turmeric for everything, and it's like now we're eating it in capsules, you know, it just kind of blows my mind of how the Indian culture through their food actually healed people. You are what you eat. In kind of my day-to-day, it's the first thing I think about before anything else. New places excite me. new places, new cultures, new ways of being, new food. I think that it's so easy to get caught up in what you know day to day, but you know, there's a whole world out there that we've never even like fully explored.